for business owners who are like just starting in SEO, what's like the simplest way to explain the importance of link building?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think you have to kind of pull things back and go back to the original goals of SEO. So if you have two pieces of content from two different websites that are pretty similar in terms of like the actual quality of content and everything that's on that specific page, Google is going to favor the site with a little bit more authority. And the way that it views authority is through things like backlinks. There's a lot that goes into the rankings, obviously, but backlinks are a big piece of that. So in Google's eyes, backlinks act as a vote of confidence, kind of like that nod of trust. So a site like Business Insider or Forbes or New York Times has a well-established, built-up reputation and authority, and Google knows that, and Google accepts that. So if a site like that trusts X client enough to link to that website, Google says, okay, I can probably also trust that client. It kind of passes down that vote of trust, that nod of confidence, because if a site like Business Insider already has this strong reputation, strong authority, they're not going to mislead their audience into like some sketchy, spammy website. So it kind of has that trickle down effect. And you kind of have to think about the long-term play of link building. It's not like getting links is immediately going to transition into higher revenue and just better business growth. It's really a long-term play. It's going to benefit your overall SEO strategy. And at the end of the day, with more links, more visibility, more authority, it's going to increase your domain authority and then overall ranking. So it's going to help with those specific pages that are your keywords that you're trying to rank for on a long-term kind of like tangential path, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot of areas people can make mistakes when doing link building. I think the biggest one is that, so say I have a company, I go to an agency, the agency will automatically like just start throwing links at it, right? We can talk about the quality, we can talk about anchor text, we can talk about all that. But if you're a brand new website and you've never got links, Google looks at this graph of like 0, 0, 0, and then like a spike of a bunch of links, and then like no more, and then a spike and a spike. And Google wants it to look natural, like get some, don't get some, get some, don't get some. And then as your website and your company grows, you're going to get more and more and more each day or each month. And so there has to be that natural trend when getting the links. So talking through that, if I'm a company that is just starting my link building, what is the process of like analyzing my current link building to see, is it good? Is it quality? Is it, X, Y, and Z, all of the above we just talked about, and where should I start to build on that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, the best time to start is now. That's always the case with anything that you ever do. But you can always look into like your backlinks and then also your competitors that might be beating you in the search for your primary keywords that you're trying to rank for. What sites do they have backlinks from that you don't have? And what does that discrepancy look like? I will say other things that Google prioritizes is like the speed at which you're building backlinks. So sometimes it can be really discouraging to look at competitors and see that they have like thousands, if not hundreds of thousands more referring domains than you. So sometimes it's like better to just not look at that and just kind of focus on your own site and focus on building quality backlinks. Because if you're building backlinks at a higher pace and a better speed than your competitors, you might be able to beat them out a little bit quicker without fully surpassing them. So I think that it's definitely helpful to understand the landscape, and is exceedingly helpful to look at what types of sites that they're getting links from and how can you build your strategy around that and how can you achieve those specific backlinks. But it's also helpful to just hit the ground running and start building backlinks that make sense for your site, quality, relevancy from day one.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click here. If you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.